Here we are. Let's get Wyatt some food. Okay. Get him some food. All right. Oh, you're hungry? You didn't get your breakfast yet. Here we go. Time to eat. Here it is. All right, good job, bud. All right. All right, let's give a little update. Let's see how we're doing here. All right, do we have a CC? Awesome, thanks, Nettie. We're back. Wyatt did great on the ride. No problems at all with the oxygen. We were able to plug it into the car, and then when we got to the vet, we were able to plug it in at the exam room. So we had no problems with the oxygen in the car. It was great. All right, so Wyatt saw a new internal medicine doctor today. He had reviewed Wyatt's extensive medical history and CT scan, and you know, what I was hoping for was some kind of miracle that maybe this is like a very highly recommended internist. I was hoping that he would possibly have some kind of treatment idea or medicine, something that might help with Wyatt's lungs or his heart. And the answer is he doesn't. So he said that when it comes to cats' lungs, if it's not infectious, if it's not bacterial, you know, it's not an infection that can be treated, that there are no options. So, you know, he's on the medications that he should be on. There are no other medications that are going to help him out. So it's not entirely surprising, but it's disappointing. I was hoping for, you know, like I said, some kind of miracle, you know, something that he might pull out of his back pocket, and that's just not the case. So, the reality is, Wyatt is quite sick, in the sense that, his lungs are in very poor shape. And because his lungs are in such poor shape, it's actually caused pulmonary hypertension, which is a heart condition. So, and it's pretty severe as well. So, although, he has hydrocephalus, it doesn't seem like he really has any negative symptoms involving the hydrocephalus. Although he has this jaw deformity, he's managed to adapt, and he can eat on his own, and he's getting enough food, and he's growing, and he's gaining weight. So we really don't need to worry much about some of his other conditions. It's really the lung condition that is just, there's nothing we can do about it. And the reality is that ultimately it's something that he will succumb to. And, we just have to accept that. We talked about quality of life, and, I described Wyatt's life now and how he is not at all bothered being in his tent, and he enjoys eating, and he's gaining weight, and he loves coming out and visiting with his snugglers. He's happy. He's not in any distress. He's not in any discomfort. And so the decision is that we will continue the medications that he's on and continue to provide him oxygen therapy for as long as he's with us. I think what the doctor and I talked about was, kind of knowing when the time has come, when it's the right decision to let him go. And I think one of the main things is that if he ever had to be if he was at the point that he would have to be hospitalized, I think we would then make the decision, because Wyatt does not do well at the hospital. He always loses a lot of weight. He does not respond well to the hospitalization. And so for as long as we can keep him comfortable here, we have our oxygen tent, of course. We have oxygen therapy for him. That we just want to keep him home. So as long as we can keep him home and comfortable, we'll just provide him a happy life for as long as he's here with us. And that's really it. I'll say I felt a sense of closure, kind of, that like we've done everything possible. We've seen every possible specialist that's out there. We've gotten second opinions. We've seen the best of the best specialists, and we have the CT scan. We know exactly what's going on in his body. We're not guessing on anything anymore. And so we can concretely say with 100% surety, we have done everything possible for Wyatt to give him the best chance at life. We've covered every base that we could possibly cover. And I feel good about that. I feel like, we left no stone unturned. And so, you know, I'm at peace with him being here as long as he chooses to be here, and we're just going to enjoy that time. It could be, you know, 1 month, it could be 6 months, it could be another year, who knows? There's no telling. So, you know, we're just going to give him the best life. I am gonna look at possibly trying to get Del Val to take over sort of his ongoing like refill medications and things like that, trying to get it maybe under one umbrella and one doctor. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that, but that's sort of like my next step on my list, instead of going to, you know, several different specialists for the medications he's on. So that's really kind of the last thing. We're not going to worry about vaccines. We're not going to worry about him getting neutered. We're not going to put him under anesthesia for anything, you know, other than the medications he's on. You know, we're not gonna add anything else. What are you guys thinking? Any questions? Also, you know when he does this, when he's pawing at the door like this after he eats, I thought it was him trying to say he wants to come out and knocking on the door, but this is actually him. He started this, it's a new thing. He's actually trying to cover his food like cats do, like regular cats. He's trying to bury his food, which I think is super cute that he does like a stereotypical cat thing. That's right. I sure do love this boy, and I will absolutely appreciate every minute I have with him. Thanks everyone for your support. I appreciate it. You just mean a mess. You mean a mess. All right, so I got a call from the post office while we were at the hospital. They wanted to let me know that there is a giant bin full of packages there for our post office box, and we need to come empty it out today because they don't have room to store it. So Sunday's going to be pretty epic. We have tons of gifts to open for Wyatt. He's going to have more gifts than he knows what to do with. We're going to start decorating when Nicole gets here around 10 for her shift. We're going to decorate the room. And then we'll start bringing packages and boxes and presents and cards and everything in after 11. And then we're going to start promptly at noon. So I expect it'll probably take about 2 hours, is my guess, to get through all the presents. We're going to have a lot of cards to read, that sort of thing. I don't know if Wyatt will stay awake the whole time. Probably not, but we'll enjoy time with him and his friends, who will probably love his gifts as well. So join us Sunday. It's going to be really fun, and I would love if people at home are wearing birthday hats or fancy pants or something, some kind of dress up to join us in celebration. Three hours. I don't know if I can survive 3 hours. Oh my goodness. It's unclear why it is so small. That's something we don't have an answer to. It could be a growth hormone deficiency, which we haven't tested for. It could be due to his hydrocephalus. It could just be, genetics. We don't know why he's small. All right, guys. I'm happy to be home. I'm happy the trip went fine. I'm happy the oxygen worked. Wyatt's happy to eat. I'm sure he's excited to come out for the 2 p.m. snuggler. He didn't get a visit this morning, but he was really good on the trip. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Nutty, for CCing. All right, Wyatt. I'll see you later.